The three ways we help industrial business owners. When I have conversations with industrial business owners, the topic almost always falls into one of three categories. They need more space, they need different space, or they need to unlock the value sitting in the real estate that they already own. I built my practice around exactly those three areas: expand, relocate, and sell. I call them my three pillars. If you own or run an industrial business, manufacturing, distribution, logistics, trade contracting, or anything else where your physical space affects how you operate, this video is for you. The first pillar to consider is expand. Sometimes that may mean something as simple as running out of room. Your current building can't hold the inventory, the equipment, or the headcount you have now. Other times it's bigger than that. Adding a location, whether it's one additional facility or a deliberate multi-site growth plan. Either way, this isn't just about finding available square footage. It starts with understanding why a new location makes sense and what it needs to accomplish. From there, I look at demographics, customer access, growth patterns, market trajectory, traffic and access, infrastructure, and even workforce availability. We can even use sophisticated products like Esri's Argus platform to evaluate markets with potential demand for sales locations. When we get that right, a new location strengthens the whole operation instead of just adding overhead. The second pillar to consider is to relocate. That covers any situation where moving to a different facility would meaningfully improve how the business runs. Sometimes a business has outgrown its space or outgrown the infrastructure in the facility. Sometimes business has shifted and there's a need to shrink the square footage and the costs that are no longer needed. Sometimes the market shifts underneath you. Customers move, supply chains change, competitors reposition, and you need to be in a different area. And sometimes it's about lease economics. A deal that made sense 5 years ago has escalated to the extent it doesn't make sense anymore. One factor I see that is often not addressed is functional obsolescence. Older buildings that were built for a different era of operations. They may have low clear heights, electrical service that can't support today's equipment, or need climate-controlled environments. Dock configurations that create bottlenecks in inventory flow or truck access. Maybe the building can look perfectly fine and still be working against you. The third pillar is to sell. And this one surprises people because it's broader than most owners think. It's not just about selling a building you no longer need, although that's part of it. It also covers a sale-leaseback where you sell the building, where you would sell the real estate to an investor, unlock the equity, and keep operating in the same building as a tenant. It covers what happens to your lease or your building when you sell the business itself, whether you keep the real estate and become a landlord or sell everything altogether. It may also cover a 1031 exchange when it's time to defer the tax bill and reposition into something else. However, exchanges like this require an additional level of consideration regarding capital risk and tax recapture. In every case, the real estate has value that goes beyond the building, and most owners have never had someone walk them through how to actually access it. Here's how these three pillars often connect in real life. An owner comes to me because their lease is expiring and rent has jumped up. That starts as a relocation conversation. But once we look at their growth plan, it could turn into a plan to stay and use less space to keep the rent reasonable, or it could include a conversation about downsizing and expanding into a second location to capture more market share instead of a straight move. Probably the biggest mistake that I see is owners not working with an experienced commercial real estate broker to help them develop a plan that is best for the future of their business before they begin looking at other sites. They may try to do it themselves. With today's technology, they can do that, but they actually lack the experience, market knowledge, and market connections to achieve the best outcome. They may not know a broker or may consider that an expensive luxury, or worse, they may engage someone without the tools and experience to execute an effective evaluation and search of commercial property. As the old saying goes, you don't know what you don't know. Wherever you are right now, outgrowing your space, sitting in a building that no longer fits, or wondering what your real estate is worth, let's start with a conversation, not a listing search. That's the only way to know which pillar applies to you, and it may even be more than one. Over the next few videos, I'm going to go deep on each of these three pillars, starting with expanding and exactly how site location works. If this was useful, please subscribe. I put out contents built specifically for industrial business owners making facility decisions in North Texas.